North Korean leader Kim Jong Un arrived in Russia on Tuesday ahead of an expected meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. It's Kim's first trip abroad since North Korea gradually reopened its borders this summer after the COVID-19 pandemic. US officials said the talks could advance ammunition sales between the two countries, as Moscow looks to replenish a weapons stockpile depleted by the war in Ukraine.
This meeting is a win-win situation for Russia and North Korea.
Here's what Kim and Putin stand to gain from these talks. Kim crossed into Russia on Tuesday after a 2-day journey aboard his personal bulletproof train.
It is very rare for the North Korean leader to travel abroad. He does not take many flights, usually takes trains when he is traveling.
As the pandemic ended and Kim began restoring connections with the outside world, he also made a series of prominent visits inside North Korea to military facilities, urging the population to prepare for war. Experts say he's using these appearances to mask the country's struggling economy and severe food shortages, after the country was sealed off for 4 years.
Russia is one of the countries that could provide North Korea with aid, especially as it is under Western sanctions.
In August, after the leaders of the US, South Korea and Japan agreed to hold joint military drills, Kim Jong Un called the three leaders gang bosses.
We meet in this historic place to make a historic moment.
Kim meeting with Putin is significant because it shows that North Korea has powerful allies, especially during a time when the US is strengthening military cooperation with Japan and South Korea, deploying strategic assets on the Korean peninsula.
US! Korea! We are together!
Having allies like Russia is going to help Kim explain to his people that we have countries on our side that will help us.
High-level visits between Russia and North Korea restarted in July. US officials said Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu's visit was aimed at convincing Pyongyang to sell ammunition to Moscow. Russia is facing weapon shortages in Ukraine and wants to replenish its stockpile. Much of North Korea's weapons are based on Soviet-era technology, which means they can easily be incorporated into Russia's existing systems. But experts say what Pyongyang could provide Moscow is limited.
Most of North Korea's stockpiles are very old. Modern weaponry that North Korea has manufactured in recent years that are more advanced, they can't be mass-produced yet.
Any arms deal between Pyongyang and Moscow would violate United Nations Security Council resolutions. The latest meeting between Kim and Putin shows Russia and North Korea have continued to grow closer over the years, as both leaders vowed to strengthen cooperation on all fronts. But the key factor bringing them together is a common enemy, the US.
North Korea and Russia have both been consistent in saying we don't want a global order that the US wants. This alliance sort of helps Russia and North Korea build sort of a counter effort against the US to say that we have allies, we have neighbors just as much as the US has a military presence in the region.